Good morning everyone, bright and early this Saturday morning for me. Well, I say bright and early, it's 10 o'clock. And my wife has been up all night, not very well, so she's still in bed. So I'm just contradicting myself yet again from another video, and I'm going down to work on a Saturday morning. And the reason is, it's not a normal customer, this is a friend of mine. So he's got a boat down in Ilfracombe Harbour, running a little 8-valve engine or whatever it is, probably a Volkswagen or something, and he's got to do the valve clearances on it. He's, I think, a bit of a service, needs to be out Monday. It's a fishing boat, so he needs some shims ground. So I'm just popping down there for an hour and I'm going to grind some shims for him. Because that's a good friend I am. Yeah, hopefully by then my wife will be up and we can do something with the day. So then, a little update on the Lamborghini and the exhaust. I got in touch with David from Larini Exhausts the other day and said, not pushing or anything, but the car is due for a service. The MOT's just run out, and rather than sawn it, I need to get it over to Ricky ASAP. So how are you getting on with the exhaust? And he said it's all done, it's just having the Inconel coating put on. This was Tuesday I got in touch with him, and it will be done by the end of this week or the very beginning of next week, and then we'll get it straight over to Ricky. So all good news, guys. I'm going on holiday on the 6th, going to Center Parcs for a week, so I'm going to leave you that week in the main channel with Isaac. So that should be good. Isaac's got plenty going on. You know, he loves to make a video. But yeah, I've booked it in with Ricky to go up there on the 3rd. Got my friend Ben taking it over on Friday morning on the 3rd. I'm going to leave it with Ricky all week, so he can get it serviced, get it MOT'd, and then with a bit of luck, he'll already have the exhaust and he can get that on. And then we're going to have to organise to go up, pick it up, drive it home, guys, with that nice, noisy Larini GT2 Inconel exhaust. I cannot wait. I'm like a bloody kid in a sweet shop. We've got so much going on with all these cars at the minute. None of them are actually, well, the Lambo's running, I suppose, but I don't really want to drive it now until that exhaust's on. I just want to make a load of racket. So yeah, that's the plan with the Lambo, guys. So I'll be taking you up there to collect it, and the deal was with the exhaust that we've got to do a few videos, just sort of seeing what it's like, driving it, having a look at it in the car, etc., and seeing what the car performs like with it. So yeah, I'm sort of going to ask Ricky whether it's worth just sort of setting the car up, whether it's worth giving it a little map, get the old I've got this little 600 horsepower figure in my head now, so not that I use it, but it's just pub talk, innit? Got a 600 horsepower Lambo, why not? But yeah, that's the plan with that, guys. Anyway, let's get down work and get these shims ground. Right everyone, here we are, I'm in work, contradicting everything I've said in previous videos. It's a weekend, a friend's got in touch with me out of hours, and I'm having to help him out. So, I don't mind at all. The reason is because Dan has had a boat out of the water for 3 weeks, down in Plymouth, I believe, a charter boat. He's lost £1,000. I think something went belly up with the crankshaft, bent all the valves. He's had the head done down there. But when he's put the head on, the shims are all non-existent, the clearances are non-existent, so he's got no clearances. So basically he sent in a bag of shims. We've got about 5 or 6 spares, all at 2.85 mil. So the first thing I do is convert the metric to imperial, because that's the way I work, and that's what the machine is in, imperial. So he's got 2.85, 5, 6 spares, and 12 that he needs grinding down. So I've done my calculations, guys. You see we've got the 12 shims set up here. What I'm going to be doing, the first thing I'm going to be doing is touching the stone onto the shims. These are all 2.85, which helps. So what I do is just move the machine back and forth like that and just lower the machine. So I've said to you before, each little increment on here is 1/10 of a thou. So we know if we move 10 increments, that's 1 thou. So what I do is just slowly wind this up. And that is what that's doing, is winding the bed up, actually. And you see I'm doing it initially with the stone off. So we've just touched on now. You can see we've touched on because the stone is touching. So if we back it off, then go back up very, very slowly in small increments, we'll know exactly when that wheel's touching. And there we go. That is touching on, guys. And we are pretty much on 40. We'll start it on 40. Okay, just so we're on we know where we are with it. So that is where we start. You can see that wheel just starting to touch. I've set the stops here. So that every time one of those stops hits that, it changes direction of the feed. Right, so there we are, guys. Turn that off. And here's my calculations. So you can see it's 2.85 is what we've got, which is 112 thou thick. And I've done all the measurements he wants in metric on the left-hand side, and I've converted it to imperial on the right. So that is what we've got to grind them to. So first of all, what I do is grind all the shims to 99.5 thou. So that means we've got to take off, what's that, 12.5 thou off all of them. And then this is the quantity. So once I've ground them all to that, I'll take one off, right on there, 2.53, and we know that that shim is done. Then we go down to the next biggest size. So there's one of 97.5 thou. So it's another 2 thou, and we work like that, guys. So let's crack on. And there we go, guys. My mate's happy. Dan's just gone to Plymouth now to put these into the boat. He said it's tuna season. I don't know anything about sea fishing, but he said it's tuna season. He's losing about £1,000 a day with the boat out of the water, so I've just saved the day there. But yeah, so I'm going to go home in a minute, spend it with my family. But just very quickly, guys, the kit car. Tom, I do believe, hopefully, Tom's going to have this in next week. If he's watching, please, Tom, get it in. Let's get this done. So I do not think it's too much of a major job getting this motor in. The hardest thing is going to be the clutch, because it's hydraulic clutch, and this one is a cable. The exhaust flanges look pretty much the same. It's just the spacing is slightly different. So Tom reckons maybe we might be able to just sort of space these out and use this existing one, which means we haven't got to utilise the headers off the other one. But if we have to, we have to. So what we've got to do, guys, with the clutch, you can see down there, you see there, that is the clutch cable that goes into the pedal. So I'm not sure whether we're going to have to run a different pedal box on this with this hydraulic clutch. I'm hoping that we can utilise the pedal that we got, buy a sort of built-in master cylinder for the clutch, and link it up that way, and maybe just sort of use our engineering skills and just sort something out with that pedal. I don't know, guys. But yeah, not too bad of a job. I don't know whether the coupling down here is going to be the same spline as the Blackbird from the Fireblade, but if not, then I know you can buy a load of those. You can buy those couplings in various different forms. So yeah, this engine mount down the bottom here, we're going to be utilising that. So what we shall do, the first thing we'll do is put the engine down onto that, so the engine can sort of move back and forth, because it's narrower on the Blackbird than the Blade, fortunately. And then what we'll probably do is either make spaces either side when we get it to the right spot, once it lines up with the flange for the prop shaft, or we will move the engine mounts. And then what we're going to do, when we find out where the engine's got to lie, Tom is going to make a new sort of subframe for the top, an engine mount sort of subframe there. And then it is, as I say, connect up the exhaust, connect up the clutch, and sort all the wiring out, innit? Put the ECU where it's going to be nice and watertight. I'm really looking forward to this. It's the only reason I'm going on about it again, because we are going to have a bit more power, a bit more torque. Cannot bloody wait to get out on track. Anyway, guys, that's all it was, just a quick video today. I'm going to get off now, spend the rest of the weekend with the family, and I'll see you next week. Take it easy, guys.